Damn, son. So I don't know how viable this build is. That's why I kind of wanted to have a good little playthrough today. Is to kind of see what sort of builds do we realistically need to be using in this. Because I don't feel like just using damage dealer builds is going to be beneficial for longevity in this piece of content. I think in the long term... Why can't I heavy attack at the minute? There we go. Why does it feel like there's such a disparity between hitting the enemies? Did you just throw a bomb? Okay. So we're also checking out what the controller UI looks like for this. Because this is the first time seeing it from a controller perspective. Low waste to some of these. Don't think so, my friend. Stage 1 complete. Versus, right. So, damage taken from area of effect is reduced by 25%. Every 20 seconds, it begins. You are accompanied by a time shell. Every 20 seconds, it begins to flourish. Display, granting near allies after 5 seconds. I'll take tomfoolery. That sounds funny. Just got this floating buck following us. Let's go. Let's go, little man. Oh, that's going to be the ult game. If that's going to be giving me ult every few seconds, I need to absolutely hit it. Nope, give me that. I need to be inside this. So this gives me ultimate. 75 ultimate. Oh, crikey, that is good. Oh, that's a nice chunk of ultimate gain. Oh, I'll stay for the ulti. That's the only thing though. It gets when it's going to do the explosion, it kind of stays still. Well, I need to kind of get back into the routine a little bit of playing this build. I've not played it for a good chunk of time now, but this is a build that we've completed all content in ESO with. We've soloed a trial. We've done all of the solo arenas. We've done a lot of content.
Entities doing their share around here.
So it only makes sense to come in here as well for this. When I come back, Guardian will slowly decay until it perishes. You or your allies may detonate its corpse, dealing disease damage to 30 meters after detonating the corpse. Oh. Slain enemies will grant you a major buff. We'll take that one because I think we'll take that one. Oh, did I press the wrong one? Where are you going? Nope. Oh, nothing's chainable. Need to get that spider into my ult. That's it. Come on. God, how big's the range on this? I don't want to waste my ultimate. Right, we've had a bit of that. Right, I think this is this the boss now?
None shall best your ink-slaying prowess.
After blocking an attack, the cost of roll dodge is reduced by 100%. We're able to sense wealthy enemies. Every 15 seconds, an enemy will become highlighted. Shake down synergy to charge. Take that for a bit of fun. Hello, Indoril. How you doing?
Some verses allow you.
Oh, we got a merchant. Nice. First boss.
This malligraphy. I don't recognize it. In this case, that may not be a good thing. Be careful.
Definitely rolled out of that. What's going down? Fans are getting warmed up now. What is my character sliding around for? Oh, you actually can search the gold things. Nice. 300 whole gold. Wow.
Must be impressed. He's offering you
Right, what we got here?
Those last longer than verses.
Some
Hang on, what's
fortunes.
this? A fragment
Right,
of a-
visions.
Couldn't drop the whole thing. Well, if this malligraphy had a piece,
Choose
the
one
others
vision.
might
Your
too.
skin
Keep going.
toughens as you prepare for battle. Physical and bleed damage taken decreased by 5%. When you acquire 3 ferocious visions, you gain access to the bestial transformation offensive verse. Extended favor. Your major and minor effects last longer. Major and minor effects duration. Right, I'm gonna have to take that one because I don't think I have many major and minor effects really. Let's take that one for now. Ferocious fortification.
No, no, this is all wrong. I didn't file any of these books there.
It's a very nice... I like the visual of this place.
It looks
Oh.
suspicious. Try not to get ink everywhere. This is an archive.
Crikey, don't put that on me. Right, we've got a big boss up here. Where you running to? Come back. Don't run off, big man. How's it going, Den, mate? How you doing? What is endless?
General structure.
If not a
This is
severe exaggeration of our physical and mental limit. If endless is truly endless, then how can we define it when we can never come to the conclusion of something being endless? Wow. Yeah, good point, mate. Thanks for that. Once every 15 seconds, a location-based area of effect placed by you or an ally may begin to diverge, pulsing 4 paths of energy. I like the ultimate game. Give me that. Bit of tomfoolery. How you doing today, mate? Boom. We're trying out a bit of Accolade today. Good old Accolade build back on the scene. Could this be the one, mate? See, I've got some ideas of how I'd like to potentially hybridize my builds for this arena. No way. No way, bro. Reminds you of Maelstrom. Yeah, I get that. I understand where you're coming from. Fortified dexterity. You can create additional leverage with quick reflex after successfully dodging an attack. The cost of the block is reduced by 100% for 3 seconds. Nearby enemy will emit a aura protect. Every 5 seconds, the affected enemy will apply a damage shield to all your nearby allies that absorbs 10,000 damage. Let's just take that, because we are going into a boss fight now, I believe.
What's an exciting
Oh no, we
time?
need the portal. I mean, yeah, there's I guess there's a certain visual aspect of it being Maelstrom Arena. I mean, this is supposed to be, well, it's not supposed to be, it can be duo content, which is just something fresh and interesting. And the fact that it doesn't have like a veteran mode or a normal mode, it just is what it is kind of thing, which I do quite like the idea of. It doesn't have a difficulty. It's just one single difficulty. Quite an interesting prospect. Come on, big man. Why did the day just stand still? That's weird, isn't it? Hard to bloody see anything. Void Bash would be godly. I mean, I don't know if it'd be worth using it though. Not at this stage. Like at this stage, like if you had a full DD in this, like here now, so me and a full DD, everything would be getting killed within a second, wouldn't it? Like all these enemies would die like immediately. Maybe for the later stages, yeah. Defeated enemies create an aura of. I'll take that.
I'm not going to say
Oh.
that you need.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to use Void Bash. The Lava Queen, here we go.
I am the blessed crucible. You are nothing.
Is that going to stay there for the rest of the fight? Here we go. Thanks for the follow. Come in. Not another one. Don't put another snake on the ground. I haven't played this build for a minute. Why can't I use my ultimate?
My legend live on.
Oh, it's interesting. Kaz Breaker, how you doing?
Fragment. This two-pronged approach is working. You're collecting the fragments, and I'm learning more about Thoat. One of the books called Thoat.
Right, let's get a new vision.
Became vivified ink.
Direct damage increases. Direct damage increased by 2% per stack. Intermittent burst out frost 10 meters around you, snaring enemies by 75%. Is that an Oaken Soul tank build? Yeah. It is indeed an Oaken Soul tank build. This is a build that I've used in the past to solo a trial. I've done Maelstrom Arena on Vet, no death. I've done Vatashan Hollows, Veteran, no death, got all the achievements and that kind of stuff. So this is a build tried and tested in all of the top content, both solo and group content. That's just to be like a hybrid damage dealer tank, basically. So giving it a try in here, I thought, what better way to see what it can do than bring it into here. Okay, next one. It's not really, well, I mean, it's slower than going damage, but like, my kind of thought process is that you're going to get to a certain point in here where you can't go much further with just damage dealers, I'm going to imagine, because it just doesn't seem like it'll work. Just going full damage eventually. Like, you're going to need some kind of healing, you're going to need some kind of tank, you're going to need something else. And yeah, like, it's going to be interesting to see how far people can get just with 2 damage dealers, and where the point is that you actually start needing a tank and you start needing some kind of healer. When do you need like a tank and healer hybrid? Is it better to have a damage dealer healer hybrid, or is it better to have a tank healer hybrid? People don't seem to have considered the idea that you might actually need to use a tank in this content. But it's called Endless Archive. How can you possibly get super far into it when you've got hard-hitting bosses, one-shotting damage dealers? You're gonna need a tank at some point. Is kind of the way I'm looking at it. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing how things play out, really. See, this build does carry a buff set for a group as well, so we do have Powerful Assault on the build, which is why I'm using Caltrops. Yeah, if you put !Accolade into the chat, it'll pop up a link for both the video and the webpage for this build. Radiant intense heat dealing flame damage every 1 second in a 4-meter radius. Let's take that one. A bit of flame aura, look at that. Thanks, mate. It's a very popular tank build because you can do dungeons with it. You can go from doing a dungeon to a solo arena with like within a second. You don't need to change anything. You can just switch from one piece of content to the next. Obviously, you're not optimized for the hardest vet content, but it's not. That's not a build for doing that. It's a build for like making tanking possible everywhere you go. So whether you're doing solo content, whether you're doing a bit of group content, whether you want to add damage because you're doing random dungeons and your group's DPS is mega slow and painful, Like, this is the build that you want to be using, because the idea is that you use this build and it makes all content that little bit easier, because you can still be a tank. You've got a chain, you've got a snare, you've got a heal, you've got some damage, you've got a bit of everything. And you're still offering some group benefits while still being able to add some damage. Yeah, for Pug, exactly, that's what it's for. You're absolutely Kaz. This is what this build is for, is to kind of get you through that Pug content. When you're doing, like, your non-DLC pledges, when you're doing those random normal dungeons, when you're doing overland content, or when you're doing world bosses, or when you're doing arenas. So if you wanted to go and do Vatashran Hollows, this build can do Vatashran Hollows. Like, there's so many possibilities. And obviously the damage could be better. The most I've ever done DPS-wise with this is about 50k DPS. But, like, it gives you that option of being that little bit more tanky and a bit more defensive. Good God. Let me out. And it's a very, like, specific selection of skills that we use on this. Like, the skill that we're using here is AoE damage, Magicka return. It also does a heal. So it's doing, like, 3 different things. It's one of the best skills you can use for this build, because it just... The whole point was you've got to use skills that do multiple things. You can't use a skill that just does one thing. There's none of that on this build. You've got to have skills that do multiple benefits. So that's what I've tried to look at in terms of building this, was finding specific skills that have more than one single individual function, because one function isn't enough. We've got to have multiple things that each skill does. Flint enemies leave behind a restorative.
They make your fights more interesting.
Healing plays in a large area. Okay. We've not got any trouble with healing. Let's take the stamina. It is comfy to play, yeah. That's exactly it. Right, we're on to the boss fight. Let's lay down our buffs, get our ult down, and then we're heavy attacking. The main spammable damage here is heavy attack, chains. What? Heavy attack, chains, and then just refresh everything, really. Heavy attacks hit for a good amount. Mine are not hitting the boss currently. Oh, crikey. I don't like this boss because there's too much blocking required. So when you put this down, obviously all of our flame damage, DK attacks now do more damage, so we want to smash those out during this phase for sure. See, chains is such a good skill because when you want to be a tank, it's going to chain enemies in. It's also doing damage. It's also doing a decent amount of damage, but it's also returning Magicka. It's proccing the burning effect. It's free. It's giving you a speed boost on when you're on bosses, so it's a free damage skill. There's no other class in the game that can replicate this look, where you do damage. Every time I cast chain, it costs nothing. And that's one of the perks of this, is it's such a sustainable build for doing damage, because your damage doesn't cost anything. A heavy attack and a chain are both free skills, so you can just spam chains for days. Endless Archive is 2-man content, or it can be done solo, but it's going to get harder and harder as you progress. So like as you progress through the archive, it gets harder and harder and harder by each round. One thing I do feel like is kind of a bit cheap is that these basically just dungeon bosses recycle. Yeah, I think they did say that there's going to be trial bosses, dungeon bosses popping up from all over the place. And there's like some unique events to the Endless Archive. But for the most part, it is kind of a lot of like bosses that you've seen before that are doing slightly different mechanics. Like that was the boss from Red Petal Bastion that we just killed there. But it was kind of similar to things that we have seen before. So it was a bit fun. Yeah, here we go. We're on to round 3. I don't want to do that. I want to go for the portal. Thank you. So far, so good. I'm looking forward to seeing how the difficulty begins to increase. Especially for this particular build as well. Because it's important that we see how it implicates this build. Because I am thinking that this could be a patch that's very interesting for me as a content creator and a tank, because most people have already disregarded the need for a tank in this content, which is something that I obviously haven't disregarded at all. And it's also something where I think we could really come up with some interesting potential builds for every class. Like, the potential to create a build for every class that will succeed as being like a hybridized tanky damage dealer or a tanky healer in this content, it's something that I obviously look forward to, and something that I haven't had for a little while. Obviously, we haven't had a chance to really put together any unique or different builds for a couple of years now. Like, the Arcanist, well, apart from the Arcanist, I'm lying. The Arcanist was fun. I've got 2 really nice builds for the Arcanist. I've got an Arcanist build that will be able to replicate exactly what I'm doing here, the Spellguard Arcanist build, which is my most recent build that I've put on YouTube for ESL. Exclamation mark Spellguard in the chat to see that one. It's basically the Arcanist version of this build that I'm playing right now. And I think that this one could be pretty good. Really want to try this one, especially on PC and optimize the setup with add-ons. Yeah, exactly, yeah. I think being able to switch build with your add-ons could be super strong. Like going, like from the start, because there's definitely no need to be a tank at the start of this. So for the first, like, probably 3 rounds, you could go as a damage dealer, and then you could start, like, chipping away at being a bit more of a tank. And I think the survival is definitely going to be... The devs did mention on the later stage survival becomes an issue, so tank's kind of mandatory for duos. This is what I'm thinking, XO, yeah. Like, people on like, YouTube, some people obviously shitting on some of my comments and things like that, saying, oh, no, you don't need to be a tank. You just need to go 2 Oaken Soul damage dealers. Okay, that's fair enough, but you haven't actually got into the content yet. You haven't seen how the difficulty scales in the later stages. So you might want to do that before you start making comments about what it's like. And I do think that... Oh, what's this? What? Oh, have you got to do it fast? Oh, shit. I've got to do it quicker. This is a solo or 2-person arena, basically. An endless dungeon. The Endless Archive. What was the point of that? Treacherous crossing complete. Oh, you get another chest for that. Thanks very much. A 2-man puzzle. Yeah, you just got to be fast. You got to be fast. When you die, you instead become immune to damage and negative effects after 6 seconds. You're brought back from the dead, healing. Alright, that sounds good. I'll take rebirth. Just you never know. This is an upcoming update. This is going to be released on October 30th on PC and early November for console. Visually, it looks very nice, I must say. I do quite like the visual aspects of the arena so far. It looks pleasant. It's like a pleasant area to look at. It definitely fits the theme. No two areas kind of look the same, and you always get kind of different enemies. There's different bosses appearing. So far, it's still quite easy. Obviously, I'm playing it on a tank. I'm killing stuff in a couple of hits so far, so it's not too challenging so far. We're up to like the third level or whatever. I've killed 3 bosses now. Oh, you can get down here. I hate mages that they run away. It's so annoying. Stage 2. Oh, in the bottom corner it says the number 3. Does that mean I've got 3 potential lives? Where do I go? Oh. The thing I like about this is there's no rush. It's not a race. It is about longevity. It's not about who can do it the fastest. It's about who can survive the longest. So yeah. Like, you can take your time. You can change your build halfway through. You can change your gear, change your skills, change your CP before you go to the next round. There is no rush. Reducing their spell and physical resistance by 90%. Holy crap, that's a big debuff, isn't it? Right, what we got here? Let me just have a look. What does this mean? I don't understand what this means, because if that's like Arena 2, I've already killed 3 bosses, haven't I? Am I not on like the 3rd arena? Yeah, no, yeah, it's good. Like, having to speed through stuff is great, but I like that it's a little bit different. You haven't got to speed through it. It's something a little bit different.
Over there is where I had to stop working.
Oh, a Sun Eater. Just what we always love to see. What? Oh. That's it. Thanks for that. Now, I was hoping to play this last night, but it just got too late. I just didn't have the time. Once I found out the PTS wasn't going to be live till like 11, 12 o'clock, I was like, no, I'm just not going to do it. Because my intention was to stream yesterday, look at the patch notes, look at all of the stuff, come on the PTS, play some Endless Archive into the night, but we just didn't have the time in the end. Strengthen your connection to the weapons you wield. Increases damage of all active weapon skills by 110%. Holy shit. There's some really nice little buffs as well. So there's buffs that you pick up every round. So each round you pick up a buff, and that's only for that round. And then at the end of the whole stage, you get like a permanent buff that you keep for the entire time you're in the archive. So at the minute, the visions, we've got 3 visions at the minute. And then we've got 1 verse. So that's the temporary buff for 1 round. And these are the ones we keep for 3 rounds. So we're crunching it out. Right, next boss, Molokina. 2.1 million health. Let's do it. Boss number 4. Oh no, we're actually getting like... I mean, it's I quite like... I know, Den, you said in the chat that it's just rehashing a load of old bosses and stuff, which I get it. I quite like that, if I'm being honest. I'm quite a fan of them rehashing the bosses because, like, how often am I going to run this content in 2023? Do you know what I mean? I think I quite like the idea of them using the older content because, like, a lot of this now is, like, wasted content in a way where these bosses, no one sees them. You don't ever get to, like, fight them anymore or anything like that because, like, there's nothing to fight them. There's no reason to fight them anymore. And so I think it's nice to find a fresh and interesting way to bring, like, enemies back to the game, kind of thing. Yeah, like, it's not anything super amazingly brand new in some ways with the bosses, but this boss is doing adjusted mechanics. Like, they're slightly adjusted mechanics compared to the actual dungeon, which is... Like, do they blow up? No, thank God. We'd be in trouble. What on earth? I did not put my ultimate there. No! Fuck. You're joking. Wow, okay. So, we've had an accidental death there where we fell off the side. Wow. Well, I didn't even think I was in that. Play it back. Play it back right now. There's no way that I was in that. I thought I'd made it out. Fucking hell. Well, that's a big mechanic right there. Shit! Get out of that! Oh, we've got ads now for this phase. Probably get my ult back by the time, so I might as well throw that down here. Focus on the next one. That was some bullshit right there. Falling off the side out of all of the things. I thought it was going to knock me off the side again. Oh. Hello, Nem. How you doing, my friend? Guys, if you want to see the build, Accolade in the chat. If you put exclamation mark builds, it's the first one, the Accolade Tank Build, the DK build. It's a tank build that is capable of solo content. Maybe not bosses with this much health, though. It's a bit of a challenge when you're trying to fight something that's got this much health. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, no, look how many of these we've got. One must... Just leave that there for a second. You boys stay in that. We're halfway there, guys. My skills just don't seem to be going off as fast as I'm pressing them, though. Maybe because this is... I don't know if the PTS is basically the NA server. Or it's an NA version of the PTS, so the performance might not be quite hitting the usual standards. Which characters are you playing? Yeah, this is my Dragonknight Tank Build. Hey, hold on, what? Hey? Why? How you doing today, Nem? Nice and early for you, isn't it, mate? Explosion! This has killed us once already! We're not falling for it twice! Right, come on. We could really use an ult on this boss at the minute because we've not done enough damage for a little while. There we go. Get it down, get it down. There we go, son. Oh, fuck. No, get back in the ult! Okay, this boss is a bit more challenging. See, 2 people would have been helpful here. A second person would have been quite nice here, to be honest. Because this bit takes too long. Oh, get out the way! Can't hit it! There we go. It's more like it. Yeah, I'm streaming this morning, guys, because I should have streamed last night, but I was too tired. By the time the PTS arrived at 11 PM, I mean, I wake up at half6 in the morning to get my kids to school and stuff, so by 11 PM last night, I was too tired to start running this. So I thought, well, I'll come on this morning and get a dive in. And see if we can do it with our solo tank build. Wait, is there going to be any execute mechanics? Oh, you're joking! Stop doing this. I don't want to do this anymore. This has been a very long boss fight. 7 minutes this boss fight has taken so far. It's like doing bloody too long. You're just going to download the PTS just for me. 200 gigabytes? Fuck off. It's not 200 gigabytes, is it? Fuck. Is the boss? Yeah, the boss is just touching my ult, I think. Toenails in it. Oh my god, that's the second time I've been hit by that now. Oh, come on. No! Thought we were going to go to another ad phase then. Goodness me. Cycle 4 complete. I'm pretty sure on the dev stream, did they not say that the furthest somebody had got at like, out of the developers was stage 7? We've got 3 more stages to go if that is the case, until we get to a similar level. Max magic increased by 5% per stack. Might be a little bit useful. My area of effect damage. Now, how many of my skills class as area of effect? Actually, that's but it's only 2%. Do I go for 5% more max magicka? Yeah, I'll go for the more damage. So let's have a little look. Can we see what buffs we've got? So at the minute we have got 2% increased healing done. We have got physical and bleed damage taken decreased by 5%. We have got direct damage increased by 2% and area of effect damage increased by 2%. And I'm using the console UI here, guys. We've got the controller on the go today. So we're testing it a little bit differently maybe to some other people that will be playing it on the PC. Because I don't use mouse and keyboard. This is the only game, the only MMO that I play with a controller. Well, let's have a look what's going on now. The areas are quite attractive looking areas as well. Very nice indeed. I wonder if we're going to see a bit of an upscale in difficulty. Obviously, that boss right there had an upscale in difficulty, which I was kind of expecting, because obviously that was the 4th boss we've killed. So I do kind of expect the bosses to have more health and maybe do a bit more damage. But yeah, I don't feel like it was too difficult so far. So these are taking a little bit longer to kill, but nothing too major so far. So 4 rounds in, and it's still pretty easy. This is like stage 4, whatever you call it. There's some roasted pig coming over. There we go. Stage 1. Well, what buff should we take this time? So put your enemies down quicker. Your assault skills have their damage increased by 100%. Nice. Thanks for the follow. Welcome in. That's a successful. Right, let's take that. Right, we are on to the next one. What's that there? Fabled Infuser. You need to die. This is one of my favourite builds, guys, that I've ever made, to be honest. It's just such a convenient build for doing content like this. Like, okay, I did want to group up with somebody, to be fair, and do duos, because I want to see what the kind of vibe is in a duo environment, which we'll have to test another day. But it's good to get, like, a view of, okay, how good is this solo? I'd stuck up here. Look, where's he going? Where's he going? For that boom. Boom. Yeah, it doesn't feel any more difficult. On these phases here with the ads, it doesn't feel any more difficult yet, even though we're on, like, stage 5. Once every 15 seconds location. Okay. Let's take that one. Yeah, I don't feel an upscale of difficulty yet. Only the bosses. The boss seems much harder in terms of just having too much health, more so than anything else. I'm already kind of starting to see a kind of similar pattern with some of the areas. Like this one now, this is the same kind of area that we've seen in quite a few of the rounds so far, where it's like these little side path areas and enemies run down from the sides. Like, we've seen this probably about 2 or 3 times now. What is that? Oh, is that? Oh, that's my AoE, isn't it? That's the thing I've unlocked. I was thinking, what the bloody hell's that thing shooting everywhere? I do, mate. Yeah, we need to do the Final Fantasy Endless Dungeon. So we've got a bit of comparative info, really, more if nothing else. It's good to have, like, a view of different, like, if other games have done, like, a similar thing, I don't think there's anything wrong with trying out multiple different ones to kind of see, okay, well, how different are they? What do they do well? What do they do, I don't know, poorly? And what do they do really good? One thing that I'm quite fond of is the little buff system. Like, at the end of a round, you get a buff, and the further you get through, you get these, like, permanent buffs. And I quite like how they've done that buff system, because I think it makes it a bit more interesting. And the only problem is, every time I get a buff at just before a boss round, it's always a buff like when enemies are dead. Thanks for the follow.
Are you done in here? Oh, nearly. That's good then.
Where's it's at the side again. See, I quite like this, like the verses. I quite like choosing these. Your light attack damage is increased by 200%. In addition, every light attack adds a stack of intensity. 10 stacks of intensity, you go into a frenzy for 5 seconds, increasing the damage of your light attacks by another 100%. Holy crap. So 300% more light attack damage. I've seen no benefit to these ones yet. I imagine things like energetic exploration is going to be more useful as the further we get, when it starts getting a bit more intense. But yeah, we'll be back in a second, guys. Max, that's the whole point of this build. Let me just pop it in the chat actually. Well, I've pinned the build at the top of the chat so people can see it. Basically, this is a damage tank build. It's using medium armor, and the reason why this is strong is because when you use medium armor on a tank, you actually get reduced block cost. So you've got like the benefits of the reduced block cost, the increase of damage. We're able to get a lot of benefits from this build because it's just one of my favorite builds really. I've soloed all content in the game with it, including trials, dungeons, everything. We have soloed a trial with this build. And it's designed to be a tank build that can do damage so that you can go into random normals, you can go and do your Vet Fungal Grotto hard mode pledge, and it won't take you an hour to do it because you've got extra damage, even if your group is absolutely terrible and really, really low DPS, because it's going to happen if you use the dungeon queue. But it's not something that needs to be a barrier for a tank. It's not something that needs to be a problem for a tank. If you can just add some little bits and things yourself. Hold on, what's this? Defeat who?
I know you.
What's he doing? What's this?
I summon you here.
Shit. Big man coming out the portal. Look at this guy. Oh! Oh, he hurts!
But are you smart?
I don't like the look of that. He's facing the door at me. What am I supposed to do here? Like... Oh, he really hurts as well. Still be here a week next Sunday killing him. Holy shit. Oh no.
Let us test your perseverance.
What do you do here then? Because I can't... Oh, have you just got to run around to get him to come from behind the... I just keep summoning swords and all sorts of shit. The room's going to be full of ice. We're not going to kill him. Get over here a bit. Holy crap. So this boss... Yeah, this is a bit different, isn't it? Why is my ult taking so long to generate now all of a sudden?
I wouldn't want this to be too simple.
Trying to keep him inside my ult for a bit. Get a bit of damage going. We're halfway. Near halfway. Nearly halfway anyway. Wolfie, mate, how's it going? Good to see you. What are these things doing? Do these need to die or what? Oh, they die really quick as well. We should have just killed them off earlier. I don't know what this mechanic is. But... I'm trying to rotate between heavy attacking A bit more stamina intensive, this one. This is where a duo would have been much better, because I'm still able to do damage, but it's a bit more of a pain in the ass, like trying to dish out full DPS in this kind of situation. Oh, there's no space left. I'm gonna have to move out.
All those books and you're still a fool.
Is this a boss that's unique to this environment? Because I don't recognise this boss from anywhere in ESO. Where's this boss from? Does anybody know? Or is it unique to this this dungeon? Because I don't recognise it from anywhere in the game. Spam a bit of change for a bit. We'll get a bit of, we'll hold a bit of block and we'll just spam some change for a little bit. So I've got my ult ready for when I'm nearly out of stam. Timed ulti drop. Wolfie, how are you doing, mate? It's been a while. What have you been up to, my friend?
Changes. Embrace it.
I copied myself through the archive. This is not the end of me.
See, the challenge for me at the minute isn't the fact that these fights are hard or that it's too much. It's actually just that, obviously, I'm a tank. I'm a tanky damage dealer. And the boss's health is getting in more and more, which just means it's a longer fight. It's not more difficult, the health's just more. So far, anyway.
Should talk about what happened. There are more Maligraphies and other Thoat Replicanum in the archive.
Is the leaderboards working yet? Who's got the furthest so far? Does it tell you? Skinny cheeks and code. Look at that. How do we get out of here? Visions. Let's get a vision. Smashing out a bit of Dark Tide. Nice, mate. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing really good at the minute, mate. Thank you. Block cost reduced by 5%. We don't really need that, I don't think. We've already got a good block cost reduction. Damage dealt by frost attacks. Damage dealt by frost attacks increased by 15%. Well, that's not good, is it? We're not doing any frost damage. So I guess we'll have to take the block cost reduction. Yeah, I've been playing a range of stuff myself, mate. Been chilling out on a bit of Wayfinder recently. Been making quite a bit of content for that. It's been fun. A lot of success with the Wayfinder content, so can't complain. New Endless Archive on ESO, so had to come and test it out this morning. You can stop that, my friend. Oh, Sabled. I was going to say Fabled Spell Thief. I can't speak. I reckon if I die... Well, I mean, I died once already. That was a complete accident. Molokina kicked me off the platform, which wouldn't not happen. That would not happen. But, like... I think if I die to anything, really, it's probably going to be like being overwhelmed by ads or something. More so than... You know what I mean? I feel like it could be an ad wave that kills me more than anything. Like my first legitimate death. Gods are beating on my Templar tank. Mate, I know exactly how you feel, because they do the same to me. They always do the same to me. Okay, these enemies seem to have got a bit more health now. See, there's some areas that are like arenas. Like this one here is a bit like an arena because you can't go anywhere. You're surrounded. And then there's other areas that are like a pathway and... yeah, there's like a few different types of areas in this so far. Thanks for the follow. How you doing? Welcome in.
Diamonds don't get rewards. Our work is always satisfactory.
Seeing a little bit of repetition in some of the buffs that we're getting now, which is fine. Some of them are quite nice. The annoying part is when it says like you kill an enemy and it leaves like an AoE on the floor, which you can stand in to get stamina back or health back or whatever back. Which is like the one before you go into a boss fight and it's useless because the boss, like, there's no ads, there's just a boss. So you can't really do anything with it. Let's get on these mages. So today, guys, we're using the Accolade Tank Build. I wanted to kind of test this out before I do any theory crafting and messing around because I'm really planning on dishing out builds for every class for this patch. For the Endless Archive, because it seems like a good prospect, basically. Oh, what's that? Is that going to stop? No. Yeah, tank builds that are like, but not just a standard tank build. I really think that tanking has to be different for the Endless Archive. I don't think it's going to be a case of you just bring your normal tank build and you come along and do this, because it's a two-player piece of content. You can do it solo or you can do it two-player. And I don't feel like using your bog standard tank build is going to be that useful. You're going to have to be able to do some damage, or you're going to have to be able to combine some healing into your tanking as well. So I've got a few different ideas of things that might work really, really well, but I'm trying to get today, my intention was to play as far as I can get with my solo build and see what the damage is like in the latter stages, in the later stages of this Endless Archive, and figure out, okay, what do you need to succeed in the Archive? Because there's going to be at some point, I imagine, a realization that you need to be able to include, like I say, group healing, or you need to be able to do damage, or there's like some kind of factor there that's going to be quite important, and we'll be able to put together some nice little builds and ideas to accommodate that, hopefully. But I want to be able to do it for every class. So this is my Dragonknight Tank Build, the Accolade build, which I've had for a couple of years now. I have got a Arcanist version of this build called the Spellguard Tank Build. So we've covered two classes already, but what about the rest of the classes? I want to be able to open this up to every class in some way or another. So that's something that's quite important for me, is to have diversity, because not everybody wants to play a Dragonknight. Not everybody wants to play an Arcanist. I like to be diverse with my builds. That's why my Dungeon Tank build, whenever I bring out an updated version of that, it always includes every class and a skill option for every class. And it's important to me to accommodate as many people as possible, no matter what choices you've made along the way, because that it just makes sense. People don't want to just be told you have to play Dragonknight and nothing else is viable. If you want to be optimized and 100% the best tank possible, then you might have to choose a certain class later in the game, but it's not important for earlier content. Like, it's helpful, but not essential. And I think, like, yeah, you don't want to be playing a Templar tank for your long-term progression because it's not going to be helpful. But if you've made a Templar tank and you're enjoying it, and you want to play it, then we need to be able to accommodate people that have made that bad choice, because that's their playstyle and their preference, and it's not my decision to stop them from playing something that they might be enjoying to play. So all we can do is try and accommodate them with builds that work, builds that are fun, builds that are useful, even if they have chosen what might be classed as a bad tank class to play. Oh, look at this big boy here. Come on, then. I'm glad to see so far there's no, like, mechanics that force the need for 2 players. Like, I was a bit concerned that there might be puzzles or boss mechanics that require 2 people, at which point it's going to be a bit of a problem if you come in solo and then you end up dying because of a duo mechanic. But yeah, I think they've obviously thought about that. They must have put some consideration into that, and especially when they were putting some old bosses back into the game from older dungeons and stuff, and they've got, like, a mechanic, a group-based mechanic. Obviously, that's not going to work. That person's having... Yeah, exactly. Like, obviously, if you want to do a trial, you need to be optimized, but if you want to have fun, then it is what it is. Let's go for that one. Maybe 2 players an alternate version. Yeah, you might be right. I have absolutely no idea at the minute. Portal to the Unknown or Portal to the Wings? Which one should we go for? Should we take the Portal to the Unknown? See what's in there. Oh, hello.
Oh no, the ghost lights. Bring them back to me.
What?
Hurry, I can't keep myself together.
Do we have to take... What? I didn't understand what I was doing. Hello, Primes, mate. How you doing? I was a bit confused there. I guess I should have paid more attention to what I was doing. Here we go. Next round. Boss time. Shadowrend. 1.3 mil. This boss has got easier. The last boss had 3.5 million health. I like a bit of that. Bit of Shadowrend from Banished Cells. I wonder if a lot of these bosses so far have had like alternative mechanics, which has been an interesting thing as well. Like, there's been a slight variation to their original mechanics, which I quite like the idea of bringing back bosses from older content that you might not... some people might have never have got the chance to fight some of these bosses because obviously they are really old and in old content that no one really does anymore. Some of the bosses are obviously being freshened up and brought back to the game and with some slightly different mechanics. I quite like it. It's like a bit of a trip down memory lane from being like playing years and years ago. I'm doing really good, mate, thank you. I had a little bit of a busy weekend playing Star Wars The Old Republic, in fact. I know I didn't message you because I was doing some questing and some solo content and just doing some conquest, like leveling and things like that. I was just trying to get through some quests that I've been sat in my log for a while. But yeah, I played quite a bit of Star Wars The Old Republic this weekend, just kind of chilling. I just wanted to relax, do you know what I mean? I was having a relaxing weekend, nothing too stressful. And yeah, did some questing and things like that. Wow. So this is supposed to cycle one? What? What do you mean cycle? What was like the 6th boss that I've killed, isn't it? Damage over time effects last longer. Damage over time effect duration increased by 10%. Heavy attacks cause 51,198 bleed damage. Holy shit. I'll take that. We've killed 6 bosses. Oh, nice, mate. Yeah, so far the archive is quite fun. I'm enjoying it. The way that I'm kind of going into this, though, it's like an exploration. We're going in with the idea of like trying to understand. What the fuck is this? I don't understand where I'm at. So is this going to the entrance now? Oh, okay. So, oh, I'm invisible. So you can just like dip out any time. I think I finished the quest. Thanks for that. And then I think you can kind of hop back in. If you press on this here, it resets the instance. So the reset hourglass will reset the instance back to the start. So I think that's kind of like a cool feature. It'd be nice to see that added to arenas like Maelstrom Arena and stuff in the future. How do we get back in to the archive? Oh, maybe there. Yeah, that's nice that you got into a prog run, mate. Oh, that's the exit. Shit, I nearly pressed it. How do you get back in? Hello? Oh, is that it there? There, thread, runic thread weaver. Bit scared to press it now. Oh no, I don't want to do that. How do I get back in? Oh, there. We're back in. Right, we found it. Was it like a story one, mate? Or is it like more of a harder expedition operation that you're doing? Oh my god, that bleed does so much damage. Holy shit, that was such a good one to choose. The bleed now, like, what's this? That was a great one to choose.
For our records.
Especially for me, being like a tank, using I've got Oaken Soul as well, so I am heavy attacking pretty often. But it's like a free dot. It's like a free extra dot of damage that we've got access to now. Without really doing anything. Like a free, no cost dot of damage. Where's the... Oh, it's over. Some of these layouts are a bit strange. I hope I don't get knocked off the side here. Right, versus what we got this time. Let's take that one. Into the portal. I don't understand the scoring thing. Like, I've killed 6 bosses. Why does it make it seem like I've only done two full rounds of on the thing? Doesn't make sense to me. Oh, interrupt! See, I told you. I knew it was gonna be the ads. I knew it'd be the ads that would start messing me up. I think the ads are more dangerous just through the sheer numbers. Do you know what I mean? Like the sheer number of ads that there's. And when they're all doing damage and all sorts of things are happening, I feel like that's going to be the bigger thing to worry about long term. More so than the bosses. We'll see. Maybe I wonder how far you have to get into the endless archive before like the bosses start becoming like trial difficulty bosses. I wonder if that's even possible. I hate these big guys. Look at them. State of them. Enemies are already starting to hit a bit harder now. It's definitely feeling a bit more incoming damage now, which isn't a welcomed introduction. But yeah, there's definitely an increase in the damage that we're receiving.
Excellent! I was concerned that they'd still be here.
Take that one. Yeah, definitely. They add them. I mean, to be fair, there doesn't ever seem to be more than 6 ads at a time. There only seems to be a maximum of 6 ads at a time. But I don't know if that's going to increase at some point. Oh, there's a Sun Eater up there, so we've got to go and hit him. He's going to die a very quick and painless death. One of the benefits of playing this build is obviously when you are taking a lot of damage, you can just block and all of a sudden you start taking 70% less damage. So that is the perk of playing like a tanky damage build, is if I'm taking too much damage, I can just hold block and then I can cast my skills while block casting. So my chain is a free skill. I can just spam it while blocking. Obviously you can't block permanently because you're going to run out of stamina. But it's a nice one to have available. Playing a build like this, a hybridized tank damage dealer, does work nicely because, yeah, and especially because we're wearing 5 pieces of medium armor. It's a 5-1-1 build. 5 pieces medium, 1 heavy, 1 light. Obviously, it's not a conventional tank build, but we are tanky at the same time. So we're ticking a lot of boxes. So I decided to go with a solo DK build because this build has already completed all content in the game. And, yeah, I do have an Arcanist version. But I'm just comfortable playing my DK for like solo content. Like I've completed all achievements and things in the game, all solo based content achievements, and I just thought it just seems like, I don't know, the best option for me. I just wanted to play the DK today because my intention is to make builds for every single class to complete this. Well, you can't complete the archive; it's endless. But yeah, I want to make a build for every class for getting far in this content. Oh my god, I'm struggling here because I can't get to the bloody thing on this. This is a terrible location. You need to die. There you go. Yeah, so I've got basically two solo tank builds. The DK is the OG for me, so I just wanted to try it out today. Yes, Accolade, yeah. This is PA and Order's Wrath and Oaken Soul at the minute. Let's take that one. Right, is this a boss fight now? I think it could be. Yeah, Sean, this is the Accolade build, mate. Oh! Got another big boy.
Though I've realized she could manifest like this. It's still
right.
Beyond me.
Are we ready, guys? The health has decreased, though. The health of this boy has decreased. The bosses we were killing before had like 3 million health. And now we're down to 1.7. Is that because the mechanics are harder? I wasn't sure how big that was going to grow then. Oh, shit. This has been the easiest boss so far, I think. You watch it do some crazy mechanic now and kill me. Crikey. It's not getting any harder yet. Why does it say cycle 2?
But keeping the maligraphies
I don't get it.
Everything is important too.
That was my 7th boss. Surely it should be cycle 7 that's done, not cycle 2. I don't get why it's saying cycle 2. You dodge the damage from area of effect attacks. Incoming... Right, we don't. Lava gathers where you stand. Intimately place a pool of lava at your feet, dealing flame damage every 0.5 seconds and applying a 50% snare to enemies. Right, we'll take that one. Nice. We've got some big damage. So these are the buffs we've picked up so far. Increase 2% healing done. Block cost reduced by 5%. Physical and bleed damage taken decreased by 5%. Heavy attacks caused enemies to bleed for 51,200 bleed damage over 6 seconds. That's a nice one. Direct damage increased by 2%. Area of effect damage increased by 2%. And intermittently place a pool of lava. Snaring and doing flame damage. So we're actually getting like a ton of extra damage. Right, let's go to the next thing. Yeah, I don't really know how it scales up, mate. We've killed 7 bosses now, though. I thought it went 1 stage, 2 stage, 3 stage, and then boss. But it's obviously not. It's not that. I don't know how. I'm not really sure how it works now. Oh, there's an enemy over there that I didn't see. Sneaky. Didn't see that one there. This is an absolute replica to the first round that we did. Like we did this exact same round, the first round I think that we did. Get the bleed damage applied to these guys, look. That 51k bleed damage is such a big game changer for me as a tank damage dealer here. Like that is probably the best one that I've seen in terms of the buff so far. It's just absolutely huge. So okay, there's more enemies now. Like I've not seen this. I don't think I've seen this many ads in a fight yet until this one. Thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Guys, thanks for all the follows today. I appreciate you joining me as we explore the Endless Archive over on the PTS. I shall hydrate immediately. Thank you. You're getting drops for the game. There you go, mate. A reason to return, shall we say. A reason to make a return. Some sexy drops. Even more bleed damage. Let's do it. So this is actually going to be a base game piece of content, which I think that was super, super surprising for me. I did not expect the Endless Archive to drop as part of the base game, but it's going to be accessible to all players, no matter what. You're not going to have to buy it. You're just going to have it. Everyone's getting it. Yeah, it's just a full bleed build. That's it. Like, look at that. Oh my god. We're doing about 60k damage or more just from bleeds. Look at the state of that. Watch this guy. 1 heavy attack. See you later, bro. It was nice knowing you. And they just slowly die. Yeah, so there are specific armor sets that are going to come from this as well. Yeah, the class sets. Now, I'm not actually really sure. I don't know what I think about them at the minute, because they seem like they are kind of... There's certain aspects of them that are strong, but like, I don't know if you're going to use one for a tank, because they don't really offer a group benefit. There's no group benefit to using them. And obviously tanks are glued to that kind of mentality of you have to use group buff sets. Group beneficial sets, and they don't really offer that. So I can't really see tanks using the class sets personally, but they might be useful in here. So the class sets might be useful actually for in the Endless Archive, but I don't know how much further afield they'll be good for. I need to kind of look at what other content creators are saying about them from a damage dealer perspective, because like I say, I'm just not really sure. I can see where some of them could be quite strong. Like the Dragonknight one, for example. I can't find a use for it because it's not going to be better than the gear sets that I'm already using. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, for DPS, yeah. Yeah, it looks really good. Yeah, the Dragonknight set does look interesting. I was considering if I should try and put it onto this tank build. But yeah, in the end I decided not to. What are you doing? I shouldn't have used my legs. I think I'm onto the boss fight now. Yeah, that was a mistake. While in combat, the Guardian will slowly decay until it perishes. You or your ally may detonate its corpse, dealing 100,000 disease damage, basically. After detonating, the corpse plagues the area for 30 seconds, dealing... Okay. Bash now stuns enemies and triggers an explosion on successful interrupts. Whenever a bash a target, they stun for 3 seconds. Successfully interrupting an enemy causes an explosion, dealing 100k physical damage. Holy shit. Wow. It's not going to be any good for a boss fight, though, because bosses almost never have an interruptible. I don't think there's been a single boss in here so far that's had an interruptible attack, so we'll take the poison one. Oh, look at that. Who have we got this time?
Have I
Ooh.
told you how great it is that you do all the fighting?
Got a nice little rat buddy. God. See, we're having to like learn new mechanics on the fly, because even the bosses that you do know aren't doing the same mechanics that they used to. They're doing different mechanics now. So it's not like it's just a copy and paste of something you already knew. Oh, it's a bit risky getting that though, isn't it? Boss is getting absolutely fucking melted. We're now to a point where we're doing 45, well, we're doing 50k DPS now as a tank because of all the buffs that we've got. Absolutely insane. Yeah, we're doing nearly 50k DPS now on this build. They did say that, yeah, where you've got like the class sets is something now that they intend to carry into the future, where there'll be like some kind of benefit to each skill class line, which is a pretty interesting thing there. Max stamina increased by 5%. That poison rat thing then was really good. Right, what's the current top leaderboard score for solo? 72,000. We're on 62,000. We're nearly there. I wonder if that person just gave up because they ran out of time, or they couldn't continue any further. That'd be interesting if we knew the answer to that. That's what I'd like to know, is how far did they get before? Did they stop doing it, or did they just not? Were they not able to get any further with their build? Hello, how you doing? We're getting a lot of these Fabled enemies now, aren't we? They're coming up like almost every round now. See, one of the perks of playing a tank build in this kind of content is the damage is slow, yes, but it's also not a race. It's about longevity. So yes, the damage is slow, and in some stages it's going to be painful against bosses. But the thing is, you should be fairly unlikely to die in a lot of situations that maybe a damage dealer would be overwhelmed by the incoming damage. Whereas you should not be overwhelmed by playing this particular build. Like, on the flip side to that.
Don't forget to make your choice before traveling to the next wing.
Oh, that was nice. I'm taking that again. That was a really nice buff. I like this one. Seems to be really good. Right, next round. Guys, we have got a little giveaway going today. If you put exclamation mark giveaway in the chat. We've got a gift card giveaway kicking off at the minute. Later on tonight, I'll be back on stream again because this is just... Basically, this is my stream from last night. So I didn't stream last night. I usually stream on every night, well, Monday to Thursday. And I didn't stream last night purely because I was waiting for the patch notes to come up. My dungeon group wasn't running last night, so I was kind of just waiting. And then the patch notes came up, but then there was not really much for me to talk about in regards to the patch notes because obviously I focus mainly on the tank side of things. Like, what are the big changes for tanks coming? And when I had a quick scan through, there wasn't a huge amount. And then the PTS at the time was still going to be a couple of hours away. I messaged, obviously, to ask how long the PTS would be, and it was going to be an hour or two. And then after an hour and a half, it was going to be another hour or two. So it was just kind of... Then it just got too late for me to come and play this last night. So I thought, you know what, I can stream a couple of hours in the morning, have a run through, and then we can play, like, this evening. My idea is this evening we can try and maybe duo with somebody, if we can find anybody to duo this with. And see if we can go further as a duo. Why is that dead there? Why did you die there? Oh my god, it one-shot everything. Holy shit. Oh, that's my favourite, like, buff to get round by round, definitely. Where's the exit gone? Oh, here we go. Yeah, the verses. That's my favourite verse, that one, where it does the poison damage. Right. Blocking a attack causes the target to become reactive, impacting reactive targets with a fully charged heavy attack, curses them, reducing their damage by 25%. Is this a boss fight now? That could be quite good. Reactive curse, reducing the damage to... Oh. Portal to the Unknown. Those haven't gone too well for us so far. Let's go and have a little look. I'd be... Oh, this one again. Oh, this is the one where we just had to... Oh, no, I don't think we're going to have enough time to make it. We needed to go the other way. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Fuck. Yo! Made it. Easy win. There's quite a lot of leads and things in here. Holy crap. There's a lot of things. I feel like people are going to have to grind this out quite a bit. There's lots of different leads and furniture items and things that seem to be dropping in the archive itself. Every 20 seconds you'll gain a damage shield that absorbs 15k. So dodge an attack. Do that one. Do you think I should try Oaken Soul build or PvP build? I mean, in here, see, I don't know. You might... I think a PvP build should work somewhat well in here. Obviously, if you're going to have to change the traits on your armor and stuff. I wouldn't go with, obviously, the same traits and things. You're going to have to... A customized PvP build should work because PvP builds are uniquely built for self-sustained, self-survival damage, aren't they? So I think a PvP build in Endless Archive should be actually quite good. As long as you customize, obviously, the traits and little bits and maybe this, obviously the CP as well. Oaken Soul is what I'm using right now. Oaken Soul's very good because it's got the ulti-gen, it's got the survival, it's got the damage, and it means that I don't have to carry loads and loads of different skills and buffs to do the same thing. I just use I use one piece of jewelry that's doing the same as basically the Oaken Soul ring is doing the same as multiple different gear sets and things that I don't have to use instead. So yeah, I'm personally a big fan of Oaken Soul because it just means that you don't have to do as much. It makes life easy. What the bloody hell is that? Oh, is that my book? Okay, so I'm noticing now the difficulty seems to have increased on the ads. They do a little bit more damage. They've got a little bit more health, but we're actually getting more ads, which is the critical part, is we're actually getting more ads now. So there was no more than 6 to start with. Now we're starting to get 7 or 8 ads on some of these ad pulls, which is understandable because obviously the difficulty's got to ramp up at some point. And obviously by overwhelming you with more ads and more things that are draining your stamina, more things that are draining your resources, more things that are taking more time to kill. So yeah, we're definitely seeing a little bit of an increase in the difficulty. What is this book? What is it do? I don't understand what the book's doing. Was that mine? Or was that coming from the ads? You just hear stuff in your face. You go for it, mate. Recover health when you damage your enemies. Each tick of damage over time heals you. Oh, nice. Let's take that. Is it? Oh, it's a boss fight as well, I think. Are we going into a boss fight now? Who have we got this time? Who's this? Oh! The warrior from Helra Citadel. Oh, it's going to be interesting to see what sort of mechanics we get here. Obviously, if we think Helra, what mechanics do we have? He has the shield throw, the 1,000 cuts, he does the room explosion, he does the starfall. I wonder how many of them mechanics we're going to see from this, because this is a trial boss. Obviously, it's a miniature trial boss. He's actually shrunk in size a little bit by the look of it. Isn't he usually a bit bigger? A shrunken warrior. 2.5 million health. It's going to take us a little bit of time. Let's go and smash it.
Are you so eager to die?
Oh, hold on a minute. There's ads all around the room, so we're going to get ads in this fight. 1,000 cuts. We've got the 1,000 cuts as well. He's doing the shield throw. Oh, look at this. Ads don't have too much health, so that's not too bad. 1,000 cuts, like whispers in the wind. What does that do? I'm scared of that. What is that doing? Oh, is that what makes the ads spawning?
The wall pushes back.
What? I'm stuck. Oh, that guy's up. These guys are horrible, aren't they? Nearly killed all the ads anyway. Most of the ads are down. Oh. Oh, here we go. The Starfall. He's actually doing the Starfall mechanic as well. Holy crap. Am I going to need to kill these ads? I'm taking more damage now. Might need to do some damage to these guys because the Flame Shapers... Oh, my... No, 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 no. Oh, the Flame Shapers at the same time. No! Good job I saved my stamina for that, innit? Right, we got rid of the ads. Oh, this is the tough part here. That actually does a fair whack of damage, doesn't it? Holy shit. Come on. Warrior. Down. Yeah, the warrior from Hellrot, mate, yeah. See, I'm actually really enjoying this, you know. I'm actually really enjoying it.
It's more likely that they're
And the fact that we're fighting some, like, well-known bosses that we've seen along the way in our journey in the last 9 years, and now we're getting to, like, revisit them with, like, slightly adjusted mechanics. I'm actually finding it really engaging. Magicka recovery increased by 25% or health recovery by 30%. I'm going to go with Magicka recovery because we're using a shitload of Magicka. We've got quite a stack of buffs going on now. Look at these. Mora's boons. A lot of nice little buffs here. These are the ones that we keep throughout the entire journey of this dungeon now. Mate, there's no difficulty for this. It's just one endless archive. The dungeon gets more difficult each time you increase the rounds. The further you go, the harder it gets. So there is no veteran or normal. It's just one difficulty that is getting more and more difficult as you progress. So, like, there's certain aspects to it where it is getting a bit more difficult now. There's, like, more damage in certain parts and things like that. So, yeah, I'm noticing some parts are getting a little bit harder. Like, compared to the start, it's more difficult, but it's still not too difficult so far. Like, so far, it's not causing us too much of a problem.
This beats just reading about great battles.
One thing that I really like about it as well is that because it's not a time trial, it's not a rush. It's all about lasting longest. So there's no pressure to like speed through it at like lightning speed like there is most other content in the game. Like if you want to get the best score or the best anything on anything in this game, it's always about speeding through as fast as possible. And this is one piece of content where it isn't. Which is, like I say, I feel like this piece of content is a bit of a breath of fresh air for ESO. Like, some people might have seen other things like this in other games, and it might not be, like, something special to some players, but for me, as a really long-term player of The Elder Scrolls Online, I've completed everything. I've got really nothing left to do. So this is a breath of fresh air in terms of something fun, interesting, some new content. It is a nice change of pace, a very nice change of scenery. Revisiting old enemies and all this kind of stuff. I'm finding it really exciting. Thank you for the follow, Puzzled Cat. How you doing? When you die, you instead. I mean, that's always a nice one to take. If you can take it, I think Rebirth should just always be a nice little perk to take. So you can't die. I didn't mean to use my ultimate. Oh, what? I'm glad I did. Now we've got a boss mid-fight. I saw this on the live stream. What's this? This is not helpful mid-ad pull. This is something that's going to kill you, isn't it? At the end of the day. Because it's absolutely shredding my stamina now. Because I've got an infuser over there that I need to kill as well. Let's get some heavy attacks on. Let's get some dots going. We need to get some dots going, some dots flowing to kill some of these ads. Oh, he hurts. Get you in here. It's going to take me on to the next round, though. I should have left that ad out so I can just have one ad. That was a mistake. Because now there's more ads going to be spawned. Oh, no. He's going to kill me. I knew it was going to be the ad pulls that killed me. I did say that. The damage is getting a bit overwhelming. I knew it'd be the bloody ad pulls. Get that stamina back! That's why we love the DK, guys. We absolutely gotta love the DK for its ability to get its resources back and all that juicy stuff. But he hurts. This guy really fucking hurts, man. Like, I can't even get out of this. It's too big. It fills up too fast. Get out of that one, though. No point getting hit for the sake of it. Can't make it. That's the one we can't get out of. We have to keep applying a quick heavy attack. Because that applies a massive, massive bleed to the boss. I think that applies a dot, you know. I think some of this damage is big dot damage that I'm getting. Yeah, come over here. Stand in my fire. That's it. Let's get some AoEs down on this bad boy. He's a beefy boy. Oh no! Food ran out. What bad timing. Oh, I should have stayed out. Heavy attack quick. Oh, that heavy attack goes off real quick. Oh my god, this has taken so long. Actually, it only says I've been in combat 4 minutes. That wasn't too bad. Oh, grants 1 inactive defensive verse from Mara's boons. That room explosion looks like the lurcher thing you need to block. Yeah. What is this, by the way? It looks like you've walked into... Mate, this is the Endless Archive. It's the new game mode that's come in with ESL update 40. And it's basically like a big crazy dungeon with all sorts of bosses in. Like, we just fought the warrior from Hell Ra. We've been fighting the boss from Red Petal Bastion and all sorts of stuff. I'm going to use this. Can I use this? Only usable in the Endless Archive. Can I use it? Oh, I did use it. Verse acquired. Is that a permanent one? Oh, no. Well, that wasn't much use, was it? Your class skills have their damage increased by 50%. Oh my goodness, I'll take that. 50%? 50% damage increase to class abilities, and I'm just using pretty much all class abilities. Right, I think this is a boss. I'm going to grab a drink. Now we've just killed that big beefy boss. We've got another boss to kill. So I'll be back in a second, guys. Going to grab some more water. Right, let's go. I'm having a lot of fun, you know. Really enjoying this so far. Got about an hour, then I'm gonna have to go for the school run. Don't want to leave. Right, we should. I mean, oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, the enemies are starting to hit harder. That is definitely visible. But, like, it's quite funny, really, because it's the Endless Archive. So but because you get buffs along the way, I've actually got stronger. Like, on that one boss fight, I did 50k DPS on a tank. Which is pretty insane, to say the least. But I couldn't, like, this build would typically do, in this kind of environment, where there's, like, only yourself benefit, like, I'm probably doing about 30k, 35k max DPS, usually, on this build. But yeah, to be hitting, like, over 50k, because of the buffs the game's given me, is actually absolutely crazy, because we've got the tankiness, and we've got the damage. We've got 50k DPS. I mean, at the minute, I mean, it's difficult to judge it on this kind of fight, but yeah. Bit of a Bone Colossus there. Let's take this guy out. So the tricky part is now all the ads that are coming from all different directions and hitting you with stuns and like something that's probably going to kill me at this point is if I get hit by something like that, a stun and a double heavy attack. If you don't break free fast enough and you get absolutely destroyed by all sorts of things going on, yeah, that's going to be the tough part, I would say. But I honestly don't feel like it's been that hard yet. Like, the only one, that big boss just before this round was the tricky part. Once every 15 seconds, okay, area effect placed on you. See, I don't know if there's going to be any AoE damage. That's always a risky one. How do you know? You take it thinking 25% less AoE damage. I'll take the damage one. Bit more damage is never going to be too bad. I think this is now another boss fight, isn't it? Oh. Oh, not this guy again. Is this the big spiky dude?
Would you mind moving forward? I'm not very practiced when it
Oh,
comes
not
to
again.
moves.
I didn't like this fight. We've already fought this guy. I hope it's a different one. But this one really hurt. This is going to be hard.
The sound of your essence. Follow it here.
3 million. It is the same guy. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, it's a different version though. Oh, no, it's not. Same guy. And you've got to take the little thing to break his shield off. Oh, now all these things are shooting at me. Holy shit. Oh, these really hurt as well. I'm glad I took the reduced AoE damage now. I'm trying to keep him inside my ult. I hope some of these are going to go away.
This is why I stick to research.
Whoa, what's happening? Oh, fucking hell.
I'm your enemy.
Holy shit. Can I kill that? I'm just going to leave that guy. I'm just going to take the boss. Oh my good god. That is one meaty tentacle. Yeah. If that's... Yeah, you could call it that. Oh, the damage. The damage! More ads! Need to get my heavy attack off on this guy. Get inside my ult! I can't see the thing. Shit. No! That tentacle fucking hurts. Oh my god. I need a potion! I need a potion! Potion! Give me my ult back! The big fucking tentacle. Get out of the way! I can't see! He's got to go down here. He's got to go down. Oh, that hurts.
I'll write this ending myself.
Where's the boss? Oh, we've got to kill all this shit as well. No. No, you're having a laugh. I thought that was it. I literally burnt through everything. I was like, that's it. Yes, we're done. No. Oh, that's what's hurting. That red shit from those AO. Oh, no, that's mine. We need to get this big meaty bugger. Fucking hit with that. At least we can range this guy down. He's nearly done. He's nearly done. See you later, bro. What? Where are you going? Why's the tentacle come back? No. How do we kill it? I don't understand. Do we have to kill this thing first? Does he heal every time he does that as well? I'm never going to kill it. How am I going to kill it? He heals every time he teleports, I think. Or maybe not. Big damage now. Let's go! Wow, this guy, his defense has he got? Taking some effort to kill him. Bloody hell. Let's get that heavy attack for that big bleed. Don't put that there. Nobody wants that. Oh my god, what's hitting me? What's killing me? Oh, this is painful. This is painful. Oh, he's doing me head and keep teleporting. Stop it! This is a right fight, this. Look at the damage! Gotta be. It's gotta be. Come on! Get that bleed, that big bleed! Fucking hell. That was hard work.
I was not expecting that.
There's so much still to research.
Thanks for the follow.
Why couldn't Emmaus Moron?
Welcome in.
You can join me if you want, but there are other Malligraphies and Replicanums still in the archive.
Right, we did it. What vision we taking this time? Blocking. Reduced by 5%. No. Ultimate cost reduced by 2%. We'll take that. Thank you very much. Reduced cost of our big ulti. Need to calm down after that. Oh. There's definitely it's got difficult. It's got more difficult. It's definitely got more difficult. Starting to feel it now. Starting to feel the pressure. That was a rough fight, I must say. We've had 2 rough boss fights now. Give me another warrior. Give me another warrior from bloody Hellroar again. What are you doing? So the build that I'm using today, guys, is pinned to the top of the chat if you were interested in trying it out yourself. It's a build that I've been using for quite a few years now, to be honest. I've made little changes over the years, but it's a very popular build. Popular Dragonknight Tank Build. And yeah, it does great. This is the sheer purpose of this build, is this kind of content. Solo content where you might want to play a bit more defensive. You want to go down a slightly defensive route. Potentially. Oh no, what's going to happen here? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. What's this guy doing? He's just glued to the spot. Come on. Got to get that heavy on him for the bleed. Humongous bleed. Hello, Jax. How you doing? Good morning. Afternoon, wherever you are. What? Why is this guy so tanky? What are you doing? Oh wow, he's taking reduced damage. Why is he taking such reduced damage?
This swing doesn't look too out of
50%
sorts,
slay limit. Right,
but
let's take the
I'll have to do a
bigger
full
damage.
scan to be sure.
Next one. On to the next one. We've got 45 minutes to get a bit further. About 45 minutes, guys, and then... I mean, I'm hoping we don't have any deaths. We've died once so far because we fell off the end of the map. We got kicked off the end of the map by Molag Kina really early into the run, which I'm disappointed about. We died to Molag Kina because it, like... One of the fun aspects of this is, like, you'll see a lot of bosses that you recognize and that you know from dungeons and trials and different things in ESO, but they do slightly different mechanics. So I just was not expecting Molag Kina to do like a full room AoE where there's like a little safe space on the very edge, and if you don't get out of it, you get kicked off the end. So, like, I didn't move out of it, and I got booted off the side and died. Luckily, you get 3 lives when you're playing solo. I don't know if it's the same when you're playing in a group. So far, I've just lost the 1 life out of my 3 potential lives. I don't think... I mean, unless something really drastic happens, we're not going to have time to actually go through and burn through all 3 lives, so we're going to have to end this run early. Most likely. Because I don't think... Am I going to die twice in the next 45 minutes? I don't know yet. I'm feeling quite confident. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't be too overconfident. Yeah, you get 3... Yeah, that's... Okay, that makes sense, yeah. 3 group wipes.
Well done. These enemies were hardly a challenge for you.
Bit of stamina, let's do that. Hello, Scars. How you doing, mate? Work. He's on the work lurk. Hope you're having a good day today. Well, I hope you have a good day. Sorry, you're not going to be having a good day already. It's too early. Hope you have a good day, mate.
You were going to do in here.
Well, you can stop that healing. We'll have none of that behaviour in this arena. Why can't I hit my skills? Oh, there we go. Yeah, there is a bit of disparity with my skill casting because I am playing on the PTS and it's not the EU server, so there is a little bit of not much. I can't really complain too much about it. The performance has been pretty good, but yeah, sometimes you do get a bit of a latency issue when playing on different servers. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm based in the UK. I'm pretty sure this PTS is located in the NA region, so there is a little bit of disparity sometimes between skill cast. It doesn't quite go as fast as I'm pressing it on rare occasions, but generally, actually, I'm surprised. The performance has been really, really good. Oh my fucking god, I nearly died. I looked at the chat for a split second then. I was not expecting to take that much damage. Oh my goodness. Direwolves absolutely ripping me a new asshole. Wow. I actually just nearly died to 4 wolves.
This is an archive.
Why do they hurt so much? The wolves are like the most dangerous thing in here. Holy shit. That was a tough round. What was that about? Right, we're on to a boss. Stage 3 complete, so we're on to a boss fight now. We've got to pick a good verse for a boss fight. Nearby enemies are tethered by your immovable resolve. Up to 10 nearby enemies become linked to you. For every enemy linked to you, you take 5% reduced damage. You may enhance the link once every 15 seconds to grant yourself a damage shield for 5 seconds. Each linked enemy decreases the damage shield. Successfully dodging an attack summons a charming buck. Successfully dodging an attack will summon a floating buck. Every 15 seconds, it will attempt to charm nearby enemies, luring them to its location over 3 seconds. Oh, both of them are pretty shitty for a boss fight by the sound of it. We're going to have to take that one, I think. Shackled Protection. Think you lost your defensive buffs? Surely not. No, look, they're all here still. These are all of my permanent buffs that I've got while we're in this arena. This is my buff that I've just got for the next round only. So that's what the visions and verses are. Visions are like buffs you maintain through the entire run. Verses are just for that specific round. Right, boss time. Yeah, just War Chief. Oh, is this the guy from Fungal Grotto 1? Fungal Grotto 1 boss. 1.5 mil health. Let's see, he probably will end up hurting now, won't he? Can we take... Oh, I'm not going to unblock that. Holy shit. He only does 1k damage through block. 3k damage unblocked. It's not too bad. We've got a damage shield. We can lay waste to this guy, I think. Unless anything happens. Unless there's like a drastic change in this fight at some point in the next 10 seconds. I think we're going to be alright. We've got the Shackled Protection, which is just basically damage shielding up through his damage. Done. Nice and easy. Okay, what vision do we have a choice of this time? Magical damage over time effects increased by 2%, or poison enchantment effect increases Your poison enchantments are more effective. Oh, these are both a bit crap. Magic damage over time effects grows stronger. Yeah. So we don't have anything that's... I mean, I guess we've got flame damage, but we don't have any flame... And then, if it's just enchants... See, if it was poison, this would be the best one, because I'm using a poison skill, but it says your poison enchantments. It doesn't say anything about poison damage. It's poison enchantment. So we're going to have to take the other one, because there's no real benefit. I don't know if this doesn't really class as a dot. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a bit of damage extra from our ultimate. Okay. Right, we've got a big boss anyway. We've got a totem master up here. We'll take you down first. Stop that. I really don't like fighting on stairs, but I feel so forced into it so many times in this so far. I keep fighting on the bloody stairs. Stop making me fight on the stairs. It's dangerous. I might fall and hurt myself. I'm trying to get my heavy attack off. Can't do it. So I've got a really, really super strong buff at the minute, which is my heavy attacks apply a bleed to the enemies, which is like a big amount of damage. And for a tank to get that is absolutely huge, because it means that I can just go and heavy attack an enemy and then just leave it to die. So if I also apply my Venom Claw... Oh. Big boss up here. Let's take you down first. So bang that on, and then leave it to just kill everything. Boom, boom. Just heavy attack everything. Pretty much will kill it. And then we'll just whip some skills in between as well. So yeah, it seems to be working really nice. I'm really loving that buff. And this fire one, actually, this fire thing on the floor is coming from me. That's one of the buffs that I've got. Successfully dodging an attack reduces the cost of... No, I don't know. Every 20 seconds you... Oh, that's the nice one. That's the one with the ultimate, where it can spam our ultimate. So we'll take that. I really wish I got this one on a boss fight, so I could just keep dropping ults. Because the book, like... drops a buff. There it is. I need it. Give it back. Thank you. Bring this enemy up here. Come up the stairs. That's it. Get off the stairs. Get into my ult. That's what we want to see. Oh no, you don't. See, 30k health isn't that much when you start taking big, like, shots from certain mechanics. Nice bit of ulti gain. Make sure we've got our ultimate now for the last boss. Oh. Which round is this? Is this the... Okay. Stage 2 complete. Okay, one more stage till the next boss. When you or an ally steps into the aura, your magic will restore to full. Okay. Take that. I'll take that. Right, guys. Portal to the unknown or straight to the next round. The portal to the unknowns are a bit scary. I'm not very good at these. Let's go to the portal of the unknown. Oh. What do we have to do here? Hopefully I don't end up dying. What? Where are the sweet rolls, though? No! can't find any sweet rolls. I've got a butcher chasing me. I'm an actual goat. Oh, there's one hanging on the wall. Is that on the wall? Hey? How do I get to that? How am I supposed to get that?
Get back here!
I can't get to it. It's inside the wall. What? I can't get the fucking sweet roll. No, don't kill me. Oh, we can't have a death because of that. Please. I've worked so hard. I can't get it. That's the only sweet roll. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, there's one there. The sweet roll's moved. How many do we need to eat? Where's the butcher at? Butcher's running after us. There's one over there. I can see another one. Speedy go. Sweet roll. Where is he? Butcher's nowhere to be seen at the minute. Next sweet roll's there. Oh, we're gonna have to try and bait the butcher over here. Come on, bro. So we can get round to that sweet roll in the middle. That's it. Sneaky sweet roll in the middle. How many do we need to eat? Turn and fight? What? One banged. One banged the butcher with a headbutt. Cheeky little headbutt. Wow. Absolutely fantastic stuff. This is absolutely brilliant. There is a buck at the house. Obscure killers. Right. Back to the archive. Have we got a big boss or anything? Yeah, we've got this one here. Totem Master. We don't like your healing stuff. That's not allowed. We don't like your healing stuff, I said. Stop it. Goodness me. What else we got? You get over here. Nope. What's your favourite boss in the game, guys? Does anybody have like a favourite boss in the Elder Scrolls Online? If so, which one is it? I'm going to be honest, I was quite excited to see the warrior from Helra in here. That was, I think that's kind of fun. That's been my favourite boss so far. I'm not sure what would be my favourite boss in the whole game though. Right, run to a boss. Every 30 seconds you may summon the aid of Noah's Eye, who draws nearby enemies' focus away from you and itself. This creature lasts for 15 seconds or until killed. Oh, that's kind of nice. That's a boss as well. Right, we're going to have to take this, because this is going to draw the enemy to it. So it taunts the enemies. It reduces their damage dealt by 40%. Woo! Yes, please. And we're going into a boss fight as well, so that should be pretty sexy. Who have we got this time? Oh, look at this guy. Here we go.
But I've seen you defeat greater challengers.
So now we can just have a full sweaty bit of damage. Look at Oh no. These ain't gonna kill me, are they? Let's get a heavy attack whipped into these. Might as well kill the ads, aren't we? There's no point keeping them alive. They're not doing anything useful for us. So this boss now does 40% less damage for 30 seconds. Unlucky, bro. Oh. Shit, he's leaving stuff all over the floor. We'll have none of that. Get a heavy on this one to get that bleed damage rocking. What you hit me for? Kill the eye! Why is he not attacking the eye? Okay. You want to see a dragon? Oh, true, yeah. Yeah, a dragon would actually be super cool. A dragon would actually be really cool. Right, next vision, what have we got? Increase your critical damage with martial attacks by 10% per stack. That's a nice one. Breakthrough, yes, definitely taking this one. Because I've got increased crit chance, so increased crit damage will be nice to have. Very good indeed. Because you're taunting it with chains? Yeah, maybe, but it shouldn't be... I don't know. The eye taunted the boss a couple of times when I was still using chains anyway, so I guess I wasn't really expecting it. But yeah, it would make sense. Where's the enemies? Oh. Do we have any... Oh, yes, we do. We have a Flame Shaper. I'm not a big fan of the enemies on the stairs thing, where they're like stacked up on the stairs. Why did you... It's line of sight, stack them all up. Do like I love a good stack. Get the line of sight stack going, even in the arenas. Thanks for the follow, welcome in. Bit of a bulwark on the go. Oh, that's not very nice, is it? He's gonna die to our bleed. Is that it? That's the one. Versus.
Truly a battle worth witnessing.
World skills. What would they... What's a world skill? What classes as a world skill? We'll take that one because I don't think I've got any world skills, to be honest. I feel like one of the only things that's going to kill me now is if we get another one of them big beefy bosses popping up during the ad pulls. That was scary because that did a lot of damage. That did a lot of damage. And when you got like the ad waves still coming in and you can't stop them. They just keep flowing. That was probably the toughest round I've had yet. Or that big boss that was spawned in the tentacle. That was kind of bad as well. Flipping heck. The enemies have definitely got more health. They're taking a bit more of a time to kill now. Holy shit. 200k health on each ad. So yeah, these ad phases are taking a little bit more time to do now. Because they've just got so much bloody health. That's just like one ad, 200k health. Which I know is not a huge amount, but when you're like having to kill 6, 7, 8 things in one go, soon adds up in like a short space of time. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing a slight increase in difficulty now, but difficulty mostly stems from that increased health. Alright, 300k boss there. Sorry, elite ad coming in. Need to get an interruption. Oh my god. Don't like it when they do that. Oh, don't like that either. What are you doing? There's no bit to go. The funny thing is, as we're progressing through, we're actually doing way more damage. Like, we're doing more and more damage each round. Like, the damage is increasing because we've got all these really, really nice buffs. So, the enemies are getting stronger, but so are we.
But I'll have to do a full inventory to be sure.
Bit of transfusion for extra healing as we go into this next fight. Oh, the VMOL twins, yeah. That would be pretty cool, actually, yeah. VMOL twins just pop up. Yeah, I think VMOL twins is like, kind of like a legendary fight in a way, isn't it? Like, it's one of those fights that if you've played the game for a long time, you maybe don't get to see them as much anymore, but it's like a legendary fight, and it's one that you probably spent months progressing if you're like a really like old school player of VSO and you've been into your trials and stuff. That used to be such a difficult fight, so it's nice to see things like that return, I feel. Like, it's a nice little reminder of, okay, I remember this was such a good fight, this was such a good boss, and it brings back a lot of memories of maybe not so good memories. But yeah, the VMOL twins for me is one of my favourite fights in the game. I think it's such a well-designed fight, and it took a hell of a lot of progression over the years, getting different groups through the content. Even myself, like, back when I was a 300 champion point tank on Xbox, and it was like one of the most hardest things to do in the game at the time, and nowadays, obviously, it's lost its way a little bit because of, obviously, the power creep and things like that. But still, a very legendary and memorable fight. I would love to see that in here. I am interested to see what other trial bosses we're going to see. As far as I'm aware, we've only seen one trial boss so far. The warrior from Hellraw popped up. I don't know what else we're going to get to see. Oh, my armor needs fixing. Holy shit, that's how much we've been in here. Bit of a repair kit on the go. There we go. Thanks for the follow. How are you doing today?
This place is quiet again.
Let's refresh our food. I don't want that to run out again. Right, activating 1. Using the fire orb synergy will create a fiery tether between you and the orb, dealing flame damage to enemies. 40,000 damage every 1 second. No. 40,000 damage per second. It can't be true. Right, we're on to a boss fight. If we're doing 40,000 damage, the Weeping Woman, here we go. Oh, is this the one from Vatashran Hollows? This is the one from, oh, what dungeon is it? It's the It's the dungeon boss. What's it called now? Depths of Malatar. Yeah, Malatar, that's it, yeah. Depths of Malatar, second boss. This one should be too. 2.5 million health, though. Right, let's do it. Oh my god, she hurts! Fucking hell! Look at the damage on the boss from that tether. Holy shit. I can't actually drop block. He hurts too much to even drop block. Look at the damage. I can't out heal it. Right, get between that orb. Get between it. Oh my god, she's getting melted by that orb. Holy shit. Bring back my orb. Right, there was a lot of damage coming there. Me and my friend died yesterday in the arena from the Rakat. Really? Oh my god, I love Rakat. Oh, I'm kind of scared to get Rakat level. Especially at this latter stage of the dungeon now. Yeah, absolutely trashed. Right, what's the highest solo leaderboard so far? The highest duo is 205k. Oh my god. The highest solo is 72k. We've already beat that. Current score is 103k. We're actually looking to go top of the leaderboards on the PTS. Oh my god. Chance to apply a status effect increases by 10%. The damage done by status effects increased by 200%. So we can apply burning and poison and not martial. I'm gonna take that one. We'll take that one. We've got some really nice buffs at the minute. Yeah, well I have actually, that's what I'm planning on doing this evening, is I'm planning on doing this again with my solo Arcanist tank build. Because this is my solo Dragonknight tank build. I'm gonna try it later with the Arcanist and see which one like plays out better. Got a funny feeling though that this, from my perspective, from a tanky kind of perspective, this is probably the better one because it's just so well built in comparison. The Arcanist or my Arcanist tank build doesn't quite have the same versatility compared to this one. But yeah, like, I think, obviously, Arcanist. Oh my god, the damage has already gone up. Holy shit. What? What is... Something approaches with 3 million health. It's the boss from, Oh my god, it's the boss from... What's it call it? Oh, it hurts! It hurts! I can't even think straight. I can't believe we've been ambushed! No! Oh, not this as well. He's actually doing the flames. I just hope the next ad pull doesn't run towards us. Can I bring him up here and prevent the next ad pull from coming this way? Oh my god. I'm not gonna be oh! Oh my god. The damage! Look at that, that's disgusting. Does that mean he goes away though? This is my last life. Is he gone? Or am I stuck with him? He's gonna... I can't out-heal him. He will not come now. We might be able to make it a little bit further. That, oh my god. Them bosses. Like, this is what I'm saying. People are saying to me on YouTube, no, we're just going to go with 2 Oaken Soul damage dealers. Like, there is no way. There's no way you're going to be able to get through this with just having 2 Oaken Soul damage dealers. You would not get through a boss that is absolutely shredding a tank with good self-healing, with all these buffs and benefits. And so people think you're going to be able to do this without a tank or without a healer or without some kind of hybridization to some builds. And I just don't think you're going to be able to do it. If you want to get through this content, I really think that, like, that's just showed right there that having, like, a duo situation, the potential that you're going to need to have some format of hybridization somewhere along the progression. If you want to go as far as possible, I think there's going to have to be some hybridization there. Maybe not straight away, but you're going to have to switch builds at least at some part of the way through this when going in a group and playing something that's a bit more supportive. I don't think you're going to be able to just grind this out as 2 damage dealers the whole way through. But the whole way through your run, you're not going to get super far as just 2 damage dealers. And people seem to think they can just bring their Maelstrom Arena build into here. Yeah, solo builds is definitely looking like it might be good. Something like PvP kind of builds might be useful. Because, you know, like, a really solid PvP build has usually got some kind of situation where they can self-survive. They've got sustain. They've got that survival. They're able to do a lot of damage. Obviously, like a slightly customized version of that, maybe, where you've got not PvP traits and stuff. Obviously, PvP traded gear is not going to be useful. But like a PvP kind of build is probably going to be better than a bog standard arena build, especially once you start getting like further in like we are now. I am kind of contemplating, like, this is why I want to try and do this with another person later. It's like, so we can get on a duo situation, we'll go through it faster. But also, it will help us to kind of figure out, do we need to have a tank? Because we'll be able to get further with 2 people than we have done tonight. Well, this morning, should I say. Because I am thinking, do you go with like a hybrid tank damage dealer? Or do you maybe, when you start getting further through, convert into like a tank who can do some off healing? Obviously a DPS is going to do more healing. So a healer DPS. And then like a tank damage dealer. Is what I think would be a really nice way to set up potentially. See, I wish I'd got that rebirth. I wish I got the rebirth now for the last one. Well, the Dread Cellar boss. So far, we've died to Molokina, who killed us simply because we fell off the side of the map. And we've died to the Dread Cellar boss. The bleed damage from that was absolutely wild. That really, really, really hurt. I could not out-heal it, even with, like, the good healing skill that I've got. So the thing that's going to kill people in this arena is purely going to be, if you've got if you've got dots and bleeds happening in the arena at any point, you're pretty much going to be dead, I would say, because you're not going to be able to out-heal them. Like, that was such a huge dot that I was receiving, and I had huge bleed damage. I just couldn't get through it. Like, it was not possible with the heal that I had. So, yeah. Good old block build, yeah. We need solid block builds, mate. My hands are starting to hurt a bit. We've been going solidly for nearly 3 hours just in this arena. It's like from the very start of the stream, we just jumped straight in. My hand's starting to hurt. My fingers are hurting from heavy attacking. Because obviously I've been heavy attacking a lot because I'm using Oaken Soul, so I've got increased damage from my heavy attacks. But not only that, I've also, I apply a 50k bleed over 6 seconds when I heavy attack the enemy. That's one of the perks I've picked up on my journey through the arena today. Through the dungeon, I should say. Stop calling it an arena. It's not an arena, it's a dungeon. And yeah, that's really helping me to kill enemies, because I just hit them with a quick heavy, boom, loads of damage, dead. Boom, dead. So yeah, it's a really strong buff to get if you get it. Head on defense. Damage taken from direct damage is reduced by 20%. Weaken your enemies. Your heavy attacks fracture your enemies, reducing their physical and spell resistance by 90%. Thank you. Let's see if we need to do anything with the merchant. Let's repair our gear this time. We had broken gear at one point. Right, one more round before we get to another boss. We haven't got much time left either, guys. We're nearly out of time for the stream because I've got to go and fetch my kids from school. So, it's upsetting that, I mean, unless we do die soon, I'd rather die because I make a mistake or whatever, rather than have to quit and abandon it. I wanted to kind of see how far can I get with this DK tank build. And the answer so far has been pretty far, to be fair. This is much further than I thought I'd be able to get. So I am actually quite impressed with how strong this tank build is in this content. Like, we're definitely going to have to post out a new update for this build, for this patch, if, yeah, because, I mean, we've got far. I'm going to look at what loot we've picked up after as well. I'm going to see if we managed to pick up much loot and how many of the currency we've got, because you get a special currency for doing this arena, which obviously people are going to be farming because you need the currency to buy items from the arena. So obviously it's a currency that we want to be able to get a lot of, and if this build offers you the chance to get a lot, say okay for about 12 hours. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to abandon the run, mate. I'll put, to be fair, put an elastic band around my controller. Put an elastic band around my controller for 3 hours while I go and get the kids and have dinner and stuff, and then come back. Yeah, so the gear that I'm using is Order's Wrath, the crafted set. I'm using Powerful Assault, I'm using Oaken Soul, and I'm using a one-piece Krogs. This is, basically, I've done nothing to change my build. This is a build that I've had for a little while now. It's basically meant to be a solo tank build that you can use for doing, like, your random dungeons. You can use it for your easy pledges, like your Vet Hard Mode, Fungal Grotto 1, and that kind of easier content, which is sometimes a real pain to do because there's not enough damage. And yeah, that's basically the build. There is a YouTube video and there is a link to my website as well, pinned to the top of the chat. So if you just have a look at the top of the chat, you should be able to see that just there. Healing done increased by 50%. I'm going to take that because this boss fight could be horrific. So we're into the next boss. Yeah, I don't bar swap, and most of my damage comes from heavy attacks. Hitting chains, because chains is actually a free skill. Because when you cast it, it refunds the magicka back. When you use that against a boss, each time you do a chain, it does like 20, 25k damage. Heavy attacks do 20, 25k damage. I've got my AoE damage and my healing coming from this skill that explodes and returns magic and returns healing. So it's a very specifically crafted build that I made to overcome the problem that some people struggle to play damage dealers. Oh, it's a dragon!
The maligraphy should.
We got a dragon, Nem!
But I doubt they can feel fear.
We got a big ass dragon. Oh shit. One single TC Lee versus a dragon. Here we go. Right. Oh my god. We don't have like a really, really sexy buff for this one like we have done before as well. 3.5 million health. Right, let's see how this one goes. Oh god. Oh my god, he's got damage underneath him as well. There's like a little lad at the back there, a little Banekin at the back. I didn't know if that was going to be a long duration dot or what then. Oh, it's not, so far it's not been too bad so far. Why won't my caltrops go on the ground? Flipping it. Oh no! He's actually flying! Oh, these hurt more than the dragon! Oh my god, no, no! I'm guessing they've applied like the I need a purge. I need to purge. I've got like a lightning dot, like you get in Yolnakrin. Oh no, the dragon's down as well. Ult's down. Oh my god, I don't know if... Oh no, I should be alright. Yeah, so I think like I've got a lightning dot applied to me, which might also be applying minor vulnerability. That was the ad was... Oh, now they're going to keep spawning the rest of the fight. Oh, shit, man. Tab target the boss. And there's lightning moving around the edge of the room as well, just to make it easier. Oh, they're just going to keep coming. No, don't do this. Oh my god, this fucking hurts now. Ult's down! Let's go! I'm just trying to focus my attention on the boss. Oh my good god. It hurts. The ads hurt. I hope I don't get more than 2 at any point. Now I'm really starting to get messed up. No! That was close. Look at the dot damage I'm taking. We need to... Oh, this... Oh, what? Holy shit. Fusro da!
There are no books up here. I'm too smart for that. Smart
Oh my god.
fragment to Malkath.
Wow, this has been a good... Look how many of the currency we've got up here. 5,940. So, like, we've got a shitload of the currency for doing this so far. I mean, I should hope so for 3 hours worth of content. 3 hours we've been running this. Right, your damage over time effects last longer. Enemies may hit harder, but you feel better health. What? No, I don't rate health recovery. Right, what's I don't really have time to go much further, but don't want to back out now. We've got 1 more life left. Really, we've only died once from like a mechanic that caused us a real issue. Like everything so far, we've done well. We died accidentally. Oh, the damage is definitely ramped up as well. Like we're taking some significant increase here. Look at that, bloody hell. Burnt through my magicka. Magicka's gone. Luckily, when we cast this, it gives us magicka back. Boom, it explodes, gives us magicka back, gives us a heal. Need to get these heavy attacks out so we can get that dot damage going. That's it. Boom. So that's just round 1. Bloody, if we get like a boss that comes along with these ad pulls, now we are done. There's no way we're going to survive. I need to just remember to go around, heavy attack, hit them with my Venom Claw as well, and that should kill pretty much everything. Hit like with the double dot slow. Look at the damage they're taking from that. Heavy, Venom Claw done. Heavy, Venom Claw done. Yeah, because we've got some good dot damage with this build. Last setup here. What's going to be here? Have we got? Oh, we got a big ad, a big infuser. Oh, that one's healing though. No. Oh, and we've got this. Oh, fucking hell. Oh no. Oh, they're all enraged. Oh, no. Oh, and there's a fucking Tom as well. Stop healing it. Oh, is it double enraged? Oh my good god. I forgot they were infusers. It's an infuser. Luckily, it's not caused us too much of a problem just yet. Another totem. Which way is it facing them? You need to die. No, no. We don't want any healing. You're healing. No, no. So, what we can tell by what we've seen so far is the increase in difficulty is enemies gain more health. They start to do more damage, but then you start to get more enemies as well. So it really, like, it isn't just like one thing that increases in difficulty. Every little bit starts to add up. More starts to add up. More starts to add up. Like, well, let's get some extra frost damage in there. So there's like a lot of little things that keep adding in to increase that damage. Right, we're into another secret area. What is this? Destroy. Oh, I thought it said destroy the library.
With those
Can you find things? Have you lost things before? Sock, your memory, the love of goals. It doesn't matter, have it. Need to not lose that last one.
Memory, the love of the... What haven't I
Need
lost?
you to find
I need you to find Finnbor the
a book.
Resurrected. A book. It's about a reach folk who became the not the book, the pages. I lost
what?
the I don't know exactly what...
What am I trying to find? What? Trying to find a bunch of books. Does he mean find them in here or find them on my way around? Like, I don't know if he means specifically in here. Or like... I mean, there's a lot of books here. There's a lot of reading to get through here, brother. Destroy the library. Yeah, I thought it said... I like read it really quick and I thought it said destroy the library. I'm like... I guess he must... Because there's a portal there. He must mean while we're going through. I guess. Oh my god. Many Daedroths. Let's see if we can line of sight stack them up. Oh, I don't want to stand in the fire. Fucking hell, none of that. Hit them all with the damage, the dots. Get the dots going and flowing. Whew. We'll be on to another boss soon. Oh, if we can get through this, though. Oh. Spider Daedra. Let's drop an ult down here. A lot of damage coming in. Have we got an infuser? I should have checked for the infuser. What's this one here? Infuser. Oh, we saw it quick enough. No, that... I need to kill the infuser. There we go. Infuser's down. Daedra's down. Archer there. Sneaky Archer at the side. Let's just generate some ult. Oh, we're killing it too fast. Rip. Let's get some ult on our way. It's dead. You radiate intense heat, dealing 10k flame damage every 1 second. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just take the damage. Look at that. Right. Hopefully we can get to the next boss. Oh, oh. What's that? Oh, we're gonna get to that one. No. I really like as well, to be honest, how this is friendly for tanks, because you get loads of damage buffs and benefits. So it's actually probably one of the best pieces of content that's ever been added to this game for somebody who mains a tank, because you can bring your tank build in here and you can still do a decent amount of damage. Like if you hybridize your build a little bit, you add a little bit of damage, you can still play a tank build. And this is probably one of the only pieces of content that you can actually do solo where you're not going to be absolutely nerfed to shit. Sun Eater, Spell Sword, Sun Eater. 2 Sun Eaters. Let's drop this here in between. See if we can get some damage all around. Shouldn't have done that really. That wasn't a hard pull to do, was it? I've messed that up. Yeah, I've messed that up big time. Now we've not got any ults for the boss. Damage done by your active guild skills. I don't have any of them. You draw vitality from slain enemies, but there's not going to be any slain enemies in a boss fight, most likely. Oh, 2 useless buffs going into a boss fight. Damn, son. We've had some crazy good buffs all this time, and now we're getting... As it's getting harder. How does this build fare in vet dungeons? I wouldn't use this build if I was doing, like, DLC vet dungeons. You probably could, but definitely not the hard mode, because it's just you're not benefiting your group enough. It's good for, like, if you were doing Vet Fungal Grotto 1 hard mode, so you like base game pledges, it's perfect. It's this one again. Oh, this one's really hard. I guarantee we're gonna die here. This is gonna be it, guys. But yeah, this build works fantastic for dungeons, solo arenas, group arenas, normal content. Like I say, it's good for some vet content, but I wouldn't use it for vet trials. I would not use it, I wouldn't use it for vet trials because you're actually making your group worse by playing it. Just so you can add, like 20k, 30k DPS, you're making your group worse at the game. And it doesn't make sense to do stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my god! This is definitely the end, guys. The end is near. Especially when he starts spawning ads and stuff in.
Of course, thinking building.
Is he gonna spawn? Yeah, here we go. You can't, like, it takes half your health through block. Oh, flipping heck.
Look at me! I'm a distraction!
Try something else.
See, if we can take one down, it does make it a bit easier.
Test your strength against this.
Oh, but now how do we do this now? I can't.
Say it's time to act.
I need to hit him with my heavy. I need that dot damage. Here we go. Oh, I don't think it went off. My heavy attack didn't hit him. Get rid of all those little lads, because those are annoying. I'm slowed down by something. Oh! No! Oh, look at that big heal. Holy shit. No, he's got me now, though. I can't block. I'm out of stamina. We need it all. Oh, my God.
I wouldn't want this to be too.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I knew that was going to be it. I knew it. Well. There you go. It's all over. Valiant effort. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad effort. To be fair, one of the deaths shouldn't have happened. It was a really early death. Yeah, I think that's a good result for a tank as well. 113k. That's what we finish with. Solid 113k score on a tank. Like, at that as well.